Something finally shifts in Amy's mind, something she can't ignore anymore. After weeks of trusting Nathan, she begins to notice the tiny cracks in his perfect act. And in this moment, she realizes she may have led the wrong person into Heartland. Amy starts episode 8 with a full plate, and it shows in the way she carries herself. She's tired, busy, and stretched too thin, trying to balance work, family, and the pressure of keeping things running smoothly. Nathan appears right when she's at her most overwhelmed, offering help at every turn. At first, he seems like the perfect extra set of hands, always positive, always calm, always saying exactly what she wants to hear. And because Amy is so focused on everything else, she doesn't stop to question his sudden interest or his constant need to be near her work. We see how Amy enters the episode with a mindset that leaves her open to influence. She's dealing with difficult horses, unexpected problems, and emotional stress that weighs on her more than she lets on. Nathan knows this. He watches closely, stepping in with perfect timing as if he knows exactly when she needs support. And Amy, wanting to believe the best in people, accepts his help without thinking twice. Throughout this early part of the episode, there's a gentle shift happening in the background. Amy doesn't notice it yet, but Nathan is slowly inserting himself into her daily routine, offering advice, correcting her decisions in small ways, and giving suggestions that don't quite match her own training style. Instead of seeing this as a red flag, Amy takes it as someone trying to be helpful. She's grateful, even relieved, to have someone making things a bit easier, but underneath this calm surface, the seeds of doubt are beginning to form. There are moments where Amy pauses, looking unsure, as if something Nathan said doesn't match what she remembers or believes. These moments are quick, almost too small to catch, but they matter. Because in episode 8, this is where everything begins. Amy, stressed and distracted, unknowingly letting Nathan deeper into her world right before she starts to sense that something is very off. It happens so quietly that Amy almost misses it. One small moment that doesn't fit. One behavior that doesn't match the picture Nathan has been painting since he arrived at Heartland. It begins with a young, nervous horse that Amy has been working with for days. She knows this horse well, its habits, its fears, the gentle approach it needs. That morning, she walks into the barn expecting the usual challenges, but instead she finds the horse tense, almost as if it's afraid of something new. Its eyes are wide, its breathing quick, and it backs away from Amy instead of coming toward her like it usually does. Right away, Amy feels that something isn't right. She studies the horse, confused, because she knows she didn't leave it in this state. Then Nathan appears behind her with a cheerful tone, acting like nothing is out of the ordinary. He casually says he tried a couple of things earlier because he thought Amy needed a break. He speaks softly and smiles, but there's something off about the way he explains himself. He's too confident, too rehearsed, almost like he expected Amy to question him. Amy's stomach tightens, but she doesn't show it. She's polite. She thanks him, but inside, she is unsettled. Nathan's help doesn't line up with the behavior she sees in the horse. His methods, whatever he tried, clearly upset it. And Amy knows that proper training never leaves an animal this frightened unless someone pushed too hard or used a technique meant to force obedience instead of building trust. That's when the first crack appears. Nathan quickly gives an excuse, saying the horse just needs structure, and tries to reassure her that she shouldn't worry. He even hints that she might be reading the situation wrong because she's tired lately. His voice is gentle, but his words feel dismissive, as if he's planting doubt in her mind. It's a subtle shift, but Amy catches it. For the first time, she wonders if Nathan isn't being fully honest. She doesn't accuse him. She doesn't argue. She just watches him walk away, replaying his explanation in her head. Something about it doesn't sit right. The horse's fear, the vague excuses, the way he tried to make her second-guess herself. It leaves a small, sharp discomfort in her chest. This is the moment Amy's instincts begin to wake up. It's the first tiny spark that tells her Nathan might not be the person he pretends to be. And even though she doesn't know it yet, this is where her growing suspicion truly begins. After that unsettling moment in the barn, Amy tries to push away the feeling that something is wrong. But the more she observes Nathan, the clearer it becomes his behavior isn't just unusual, it's calculated. He moves through Heartland with this strange confidence, as if he already knows how everyone will react before they even speak. And slowly, piece by piece, Amy begins to see how he has been shaping every situation to his advantage. It starts with his words. Nathan has a way of speaking that sounds helpful on the surface, but underneath, there's a thin layer of control. When Amy explains her training plan, he nods along like he agrees, then slips in a gentle correction, making her feel unsure about her own choices. When she questions him about the horse from earlier, he doesn't answer directly. Instead, he shifts the blame onto her stress or suggests she might be overthinking things. His voice is warm, reassuring even, but the message is clear. Trust me, not yourself. Then there are the small actions he hides in plain sight. Amy notices him moving equipment without asking, giving instructions to others as if he's in charge, and stepping into tasks she never assigned to him. At first, Amy brushes it off as eagerness, but now a pattern starts forming. Nathan isn't helping, he's inserting himself. He's changing routines she built, and he's doing it quietly, almost invisibly, making it hard for her to confront him without sounding overly sensitive. And yet, whenever someone else walks in, Lou, Jack, even a ranch hand, Nathan immediately switches to his charming side. He smiles, cracks jokes, and makes himself look like the most considerate person on the property. It's a version of him that Amy rarely sees directed at her, and that contrast sends a chill through her. He's performing for others, shaping their opinions of him, while subtly undermining Amy when they're alone, but the moment that stays with her is when Nathan watches her from across the yard. His expression is unreadable, like he's studying her reaction to something only he understands. It's too intense, too aware. Amy looks away quickly, but the image sticks in her mind like a warning she can't shake. This is when the truth begins to surface, not fully, not loudly, but enough for Amy to realize she's not imagining things. Nathan's charm isn't kindness. His advice isn't care. His help isn't support. It's all part of something deeper, something she doesn't fully see yet, but knows enough to fear. And this time, Amy listens to the voice inside her, the one saying, "He's not what he seems." Amy doesn't jump into action right away. That's not her style. Instead, she watches, quietly, carefully. She lets her instincts guide her, the same instincts that have helped her understand horses better than anyone else. And what she starts noticing about Nathan is no longer easy to ignore. It begins with the smallest question. Where was Nathan this morning? She remembers seeing the horse unsettled before she arrived, but Nathan claimed he had only checked in a few minutes earlier. Yet the dust on his boots tells a different story, fresh dirt that doesn't match the part of the ranch he said he came from. That detail sits in her mind like a puzzle piece waiting for the right corner. Then something else happens. Amy hears two ranch hands talking about how Nathan had been giving out instructions earlier that day, telling them how to handle certain horses as if she herself had approved it. When they mention it to her, she freezes for a moment. She never gave Nathan that authority, and the fact that he didn't tell her, that bothers her more than she expected. She thanks them but walks away with a tight feeling in her chest. Later, she begins checking her training logs, something she rarely has the time to do in the middle of a busy day. But now she's looking for changes, for differences, and she finds them. Notes written in handwriting that isn't hers. Adjustments to feeding schedules. Little scribbles beside horse names. None of it dangerous, but all of it done without her permission. Nathan has been altering her system from the inside out. The more she sees, the more she realizes how deep his involvement has become. Nathan has touched parts of her work she never asked him to touch. He has inserted ideas that subtly contradict her methods. And every time she catches him, he smiles as if it's all perfectly normal, perfectly harmless. What troubles her most is how confidently he acts, as if he believes she won't question him, as if he thinks she won't look closely. That quiet arrogance shakes her in a way she can't explain. Then comes the moment that seals her growing doubts. Amy asks Nathan an ordinary question about the nervous horse, something simple, a detail anyone who worked with it that morning should remember. Nathan answers quickly, too quickly, with information that doesn't match what Amy found in the barn. She watches his face as he talks, and for the first time, she sees it hesitation. It's brief, but it's there. A flicker of uncertainty, like he's trying to keep a story straight. That's when Amy knows. This isn't just her imagination. Something is wrong, and Nathan is at the center of it. And now that she's paying attention, she won't stop until she understands exactly what he's been doing behind her back. Amy doesn't expect the truth to hit her all at once. She thinks she'll uncover it slowly, piece by piece. But the moment arrives suddenly, almost violently, and it changes everything she believes about Nathan. It happens late in the afternoon, when the ranch begins to quiet down. Most of the day's work is done, and Amy heads toward the far paddock to check on the same nervous horse that first made her suspect something was wrong. She expects to find it resting, maybe grazing peacefully. But what she hears instead stops her cold. A sharp, angry voice carried by the wind. She moves closer, cautious, her steps soft against the dirt. As she rounds the corner of the barn, she sees Nathan standing alone with the horse. His entire demeanor is different. Gone is the calm, gentle act he shows everyone else. His jaw is tight, his movements forceful, and instead of patience, his voice carries irritation. He jerks the lead rope in a harsh motion, trying to control the horse through intimidation. Not understanding, the horse is terrified. Its ears spin back, legs trembling. It tries to retreat, but Nathan steps forward sharply, getting in its space. Amy watches from the shadows, her chest tightening as she witnesses the one thing she hoped wasn't true. Nathan isn't just manipulating people. He's breaking trust with animals too. For a moment, she feels frozen, shocked, betrayed. This is the man she allowed into her work, the man she believed was helping. And now she sees the truth. Nathan doesn't understand her methods. He doesn't respect them. He only imitates them when others are watching. Then Nathan does something that sends a pulse of anger through her. He lowers his voice and mutters something cruel under his breath toward the horse. Something sharp enough to make Amy's heart pound. Suddenly everything clicks. All the strange behavior, the excuses, the hidden changes. This is who he really is when no one is around. Amy takes a step forward, gravel crunching under her boot, and Nathan snaps his head up in surprise. In that split second, she sees panic in his eyes, pure, unmistakable panic. Not guilt, panic. The kind someone feels when they've been caught doing something they know they shouldn't. Nathan quickly switches his tone, pretending he's just correcting the horse, but the performance is sloppy now. He's scrambling, trying to rebuild the mask he dropped. Amy doesn't say much. She doesn't trust her voice. She simply stares at him. And for the first time, he can't look directly back at her. This is the moment everything changes. Amy no longer doubts her instincts. She no longer questions whether she's imagining things. Nathan's real face has finally slipped, and Amy has seen enough to know she's been right all along. After witnessing Nathan's true behavior, Amy walks away with a feeling she can't shake, like she's finally seeing the full picture after weeks of blurry pieces. She doesn't confront him right there, because Amy rarely acts out of anger. Instead, she lets the truth settle inside her. And once it does, everything that didn't make sense before suddenly lines up with painful clarity. As she moves through the ranch that evening, she notices things she overlooked before, things she brushed aside because she wanted to believe Nathan meant well. The nervous glances from the horses, the small changes in routine she assumed were accidents, the way Nathan always appeared at the perfect moment, as if he was waiting for her to need him. It all forms a pattern now, a pattern she can't unsee. She replays every detail from the last few days in her mind, but this time, she views it through a different lens. Nathan's soft corrections, his carefully chosen words, the way he subtly made her doubt herself, it was all part of the same strategy. He wasn't helping her. He was controlling the narrative. He was positioning himself as the hero while slowly undermining her confidence, step by step, until she questioned her own instincts. But now, there's no hesitation left. No more giving him the benefit of the doubt. Amy has connected every clue, and the image they create is crystal clear. Nathan has been manipulating both her and the ranch from the moment he arrived. Later that evening, Amy sits quietly in the barn, brushing the nervous horse with gentle strokes. The animal relaxes under her touch, responding to the patience and care it has always known from her. And in that calm moment, Amy makes up her mind. She realizes just how much Nathan has disrupted not just her work, but the trust that Heartland is built on. And she knows she can't let it continue. She doesn't know exactly what she'll say to him yet, or when the confrontation will happen. But she does know one thing. She won't let Nathan fool her again. His mask has slipped, and now she sees him clearly. Nathan may have played his game well, but Amy has something stronger: intuition, heart, and the courage to face the truth. Amy doesn't plan to involve anyone else. At first, she wants to handle the situation on her own. But the moment she starts distancing herself from Nathan, the entire ranch begins to feel the shift. Heartland is a place where emotions don't stay hidden for long, and people sense when something is wrong even when no one speaks the words out loud. Jack is the first to notice. He watches Amy quietly during breakfast the next morning. She's not angry or upset, she's focused. And for Jack, that's the biggest sign that something serious has happened. He doesn't push her for answers, but his eyes follow her with concern, like he's waiting for the right moment to step in if she needs him. Jack has seen people like Nathan before. People who smile on the outside and twist things underneath. So even though he doesn't know the details, he trusts Amy's instincts without question. Lou picks up on it next. She overhears Amy giving careful instructions to the ranch hands, making sure no one takes directions from Nathan without coming to her first. Lou doesn't know why Amy is being more protective than usual, but she senses the tension in Amy's voice when Nathan's name comes up. Lou pulls Amy aside, asking gently if everything is okay. Amy hesitates. She's never wanted to worry her sister, but the look on Lou's face makes it clear she already is. Even the horses react. Animals always respond to energy, and Nathan's presence brings a strange unease to the barn. Some horses shy away from him. Others stiffen when he approaches. Amy notices this immediately, and she understands it for what it is: confirmation. Horses don't lie. Their discomfort around Nathan mirrors her own, and that truth hits harder than anything he could ever say. Soon, small whispers begin moving through the ranch. People notice Amy taking back full control of her routines. They notice her shutting down Nathan's suggestions with polite firmness. And they notice Nathan trying too hard to stay involved, as if he feels the ground slipping beneath him. Nathan senses the change too, and it unsettles him. He watches Amy from a distance, his smile thinner now, his eyes colder. He tries to talk to her, tries to rebuild the charm he used so effortlessly before, but Amy's expression doesn't budge. She listens, but she no longer lets him steer the conversation. She's done giving him space to twist the truth, and even though Amy doesn't expose him openly, not yet, the people around her start protecting her without even knowing why. Jack stays closer. Lou keeps her eyes open. The ranch hands follow her lead. Heartland, her safe place, naturally closes ranks the moment something feels wrong. Nathan feels the shift the way a storm senses a change in wind direction. Something in Amy's eyes has changed. She's no longer falling for his rehearsed charm or soft-spoken excuses. And that realization rattles him in a way he doesn't show on his face. But inside, he knows he's losing control. And when a manipulator starts losing control, the danger doesn't disappear. It grows. From this point on, Nathan's behavior becomes sharper, more frantic underneath the surface. He tries harder to seem helpful, offering to fix fences, feed horses, run errands, anything that makes him look irreplaceable. But the problem is that now, Amy is watching every move he makes, and she sees through him with a clarity he never anticipated. What unsettles her most is how Nathan starts appearing in places she doesn't expect. She walks into the barn early one morning and finds him already there, brushing a horse she never assigned to him. When she asks why he's there so early, he gives a vague smile and says he couldn't sleep. The answer feels hollow, like he's hiding something behind his eyes. And the way he steps a little too close makes her pulse tighten. Then there's the way he talks to others when Amy isn't close enough to overhear. She catches bits of conversations, him praising her one moment, hinting she's overwhelmed the next. His words are always soft, always gentle, always twisting the truth in small, believable ways. He's trying to plant doubts everywhere he can, hoping someone will question her decisions. But Heartland isn't the place for those games, and people start noticing his tone before they even realize why. Even the horses sense the growing tension. Animals pick up on energy long before humans do, and lately, the barn feels heavier, quieter, like the horses are waiting for something they can't name. Amy feels it too, a strange, uneasy pressure in the air, like the calm before lightning strikes. What makes everything worse is that Nathan begins watching Amy with a new intensity. It's not admiration. It's not interest. It's calculation. Like he's trying to figure out what she knows and how much she plans to reveal. The closer Amy gets to the truth, the more unstable Nathan becomes. His smiles stretch too wide. His explanations come too fast. His presence feels too heavy in spaces that used to feel safe. Heartland begins to feel tighter.